Champion, Tennessee. This is Miss Alexis. I'm sorry, Hornbuckle. Miss Hornbuckle.
Switch to the other side.
So every time I see Ricky, you know he's gonna pull my pants down or something. So, you know,
I had to get away from him.
That's the bad boy himself. This is Alexis Hornbuckle from Tennessee, back-to-back champions. And I was asking her, how does it feel?
Take a bite. Eat this cake. Just cheesy, supple.
Like you know he's gonna be torturing you all season, so you might as well get used to it.
Get used to it. He's not going anymore.
But guess what? After you come to this school of hard knocks, boy, you be ready to win the championship.
What the hell's wrong with going there? Should make me
You be laughing.
But you know that when he speaks, he's like EFN, because he's been there, done that.
Oh yes, oh yes.
I was asking Alexis, how does it feel to start at the top of the mountain as a #1 pick, rather than at the bottom and then have to work her way up, go through the frustration. Even though it's still going to be frustrating dealing with Tricky Rick over there, Mahone and Lambert's going to bruise you, and then you got veterans like Tweedy and Braxton going to be bumping you and bruising you in practice. Let me ask you something. When you're practicing with champions, and you know you practicing with them day in and day out as a rook, how does that make you feel instead of practicing with some folks that's fighting to get your job? You know what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. I just feel blessed to be in this situation because obviously there's many rookies out there that wasn't placed in this situation. So to just come in here, see the standards, the bars raised, so now it's just about me raising my talent, learning from them, and just getting better.
How does it feel being on the summit and winning back-to-back championships? I mean, you know, you don't get any better than Pat. You know, so how does it feel?
It felt real good. You know, being in that program, being able to win back-to-back championships. Didn't really get to enjoy it as much because the season is so back-to-back to the WNBA. All right. But it was a great learning experience, and you got me ready for what I'm about to be brought into now.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel to make a little money, too, for doing what you love to do? I mean, come on now, that's part of it, right?
We're not making money yet. You got to make the team and get the contract and all that good stuff. So, you know, once that happens, just to be able to get paid for doing something you love, that's been my dream all my life. Not many people get to live out their dreams, so I'm going to take full advantage of it.
And I'm not supposed to ask you this dumb question, but where are you hailing from?
Charleston, West Virginia.
West Virginia?
Yes.
Well, down in West Virginia. Now, small town girl from West Virginia coming here to the big city, playing on the big stage. I mean, you got to have stars in your eyes, and you only have 2 minutes before they got to come out, and you got to get that laser lock on you. But I mean, I just want to get the feel from you, really. I mean, all the excitement, the glamour and whatnot, you almost don't have time to come off the cloud before it's game time next up.
I'm a very humble person. You know, my parents raised me. They're both. My father's an assistant pastor. My mother's an evangelist. So I'm a very humble individual. So the stars never really get, the cloud nine kind of gets settled. You get there, you enjoy it, you appreciate it, you thank God for it, and then you get back to business.
Church girl fellas, no nonsense. You better be coming with a ring when you step up here. You know what I'm saying? So in the final analysis, who's been some of your icons that you looked up to in women's basketball?
In women's basketball, since the WNBA started, Cynthia Cooper.
The Michael Jordan of the league.
I love Coop. I love her game, her swagger. She's a floor leader, and she leads by example as well as being vocal. And so I just watched her and just try to analyze her game. Okay, you know, the defense is coming. You know she has a counter move. So just developing my game kind of similar to hers. Obviously, I don't want to say I'm going to touch Coop's game. But you know, I'm going to be Alexis Hornbuckle. She was Cynthia Cooper, so that's develop myself.
Well, Kobe used Michael Jordan as his standard to measure, and he's the only one that he was looking at and look at Kobe.
Oh yeah, You always strive to get to where the best was and then exceed their level. So I'm always the type of person that wants to be on top. So just mimicking that and then being in a program as successful as Detroit, I have a feeling I have no choice but to be successful.
Alexis Hornbuckle, just like I told Cheryl Ford a few years ago when she first came to town, and Tweety when she first came to town in 2000, I'm telling you, I'll be there when it's lows, and I'll be there in extreme high.
Okay.
I'm hoping to see you on the summit when we win another championship.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexis Hornbuckle. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I get a steal for it? You know, you've seen me around the podcast. Obviously, I'm standing with the Tower of Power, the lady that can do it all, Miss Kyra Braxton. Kyra, I've been starting off everybody's question with this, so get ready for it. Obviously, as an original Shock fan, I was waiting for the champagne to pop. I've been at a couple of those. The balloons to drop.
Right.
It didn't happen. Some of last season, how that's going to motivate you for this season?
Of course, last season was going to motivate us big time because everybody wants to win a championship. We won the year before. We know what it feels like and we know how it tastes. So we're going to do everything we can to push towards that goal this year.
Harry, when Cheryl was down with the knee and all of that kind of stuff, you and Jeanette came in. It was like the dynamic duo. They needed power. You were there. They needed a turnaround off the glass. You were there. They needed somebody to shut down. You were there. I've seen your role kind of elevated over the years. How does that feel to have won a couple? You have a little disappointment. You got to go back hungry again. You got to prove yourself all over. You know everybody's running for the shot. You know that. So.
You know that it's a great feeling. We did have injuries last year. I mean, that's the team. You got to step up where your soldiers are down. That's exactly what we did. It's always good not to just be at ease. So to be hungry, that's a good thing. That means we're more hungry to get that championship that we're in.
Tell me about this number one draft pick. It's Alexis Hornbuckle. Everybody keeps talking about from Tennessee.
Well, I don't really deal with Tennessee people, so I couldn't tell you anything about going from Georgia.
Yeah, but we're gonna X all that, you know. But I understand what you're saying. But the bottom line is you got a lot of people looking forward to it because and grow quickly and help this team back to the mountaintop.
You know, every team gets one of those great players out of the draft, and everybody's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the girls, actually. I haven't been here. I just got in from overseas. We got Tasha as well, and I'm just looking forward to see what they're doing in practice. Like, it's all new to me as well.
Well, Kyrie, I personally, I thought that you were outstanding last season.
Thank you.
And every time you stepped in, I said, somebody can't tell. You know, the bottom line is you know what kind of team you are, you know what kind of play that are. You show off.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The one and only Miss Connor Braxton. Came to town in 2000. I told her I'd be there for the good times and the not so good times. The lady with the best jumper, and maybe the best all-around game in the WNBA, Miss Tweedy. Nolan. Let me ask you. I hate to ask you this question, but you know it's coming. We have bad taste in our mouth last year. We used to pop in champagne. We used to party on the mothership. Phoenix comes on our court, walks away with the trophy. We didn't like that. So now how's that going to motivate you to come back and I mean, you scored 27 points in that last game, and you're not used to doing that and losing.
I know, but you know, it was something that we bounced back from that other game. Something we were already looking forward to that other game. We were anxious, for this year to come, just because how that last game ended. Very disappointed how, like I said, you make it that far. Wasn't even winning your home court is, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, just like looking forward to this year.
Well, being pissed off and upset, that's one thing. But you guys came and put it and added tradition to this team. Like Isaiah had to work hard to get some winning tradition for the Pistons. When you came, Swing Cash wasn't even here. You was here first. Now you're the captain, Swing is going. Let's touch on that for a second. Some of the kind of way that Swing Cash was and the value to this organization.
Well, she was a good thing for the organization. Coming in as a rookie, she provided just that energy, that spark that we needed. That player that could carry the team, lead the team. And now, ever since the injury, and then now the vaccine, she hasn't been the same swing. So I don't know if that was kind of thing that we had to pay her bill, but had to part ways.
Well, the bottom line is now you have Alexis Hornbuckle and some people who care. Talk about the number one pick.
Well, she's going to bring us a lot of great things this year. Defensively, offensively, and rebounding. She's a great rebounding guard. She's a big guard, so that's something that we're going to look forward to this year. Just adding that, maybe that 6-7 man coming up.
I remember seeing us beating up on the Sparks and then down at Joe Louis beating up on the Monarchs, and I was expecting for us to beat up on Phoenix. It didn't happen, but I am expecting you to lead this team back to the top of the season, and I'll be there rooting for you.
Yes, I have no doubt in my mind that hopefully we get back there. Me and a lot of other skating, these are
When she first came here, she came to the Boys and Girls Club in Pontiac, and she was Deanna, Nolan, Lois Lane. But when she takes off those glasses, she's the superwoman, Tweety. So, Tweety, we love you. And much success to you.
Thank you.